Do you have the itch to move abroad, but for whatever reason, you're still here in the United States? Like you think about it every moment of every day, but you can't just move yet? Well, today I'm going to share a few ways you can still enjoy living in the United States, even if your heart is set on living in another country. If you're new here, my name is Laura. If you are returning, welcome back. Look, I am not a stranger to living abroad. I did some boarding school in Nigeria in high school. I moved to France after college to study French. I lived in Europe and I lived in Africa and I've lived in Asia. So I know how phenomenal expat life is. So if you want to move overseas desperately, but you can't just yet because of finances or family or your gut feeling, then this video is for you because I get it. Okay, the first tip I have for you is change what you can. Now, what does that mean? All right, well, in my example, for me personally, is I was working in a public school, and teaching is a really hard job, even when you have healthy, respectful, smart kids. And last year I did not have that. I was so miserable. I had kids that were so low. They were in the second grade and they didn't know, they couldn't read. I mean, they didn't even know their letters and sounds. And I also had very significant behavior problems. And on top of that, completely apathetic parents who were in complete denial and did not care or did not believe me about their child's issues or deficits. So how did I change this? I quit. I didn't care. I didn't care if I had to go work at McDonald's. No shade to McDonald's workers. I just mean that I was pretty much willing to do anything but teach in that school. So change what you can. If you're in a miserable situation, it is going to make waiting for your move abroad that much harder. It is going to make the months or years drag out in a painful manner. Don't do that to yourself. Find a better situation. And maybe it's not your job like it was with me. Maybe it's your living situation. Maybe it's your relationship. I don't know. But just make changes where you are happier so that the wait won't seem so long. Okay, my second tip to make that long-awaited move abroad less painful is to pick a project to focus on while you're here to take your mind off the move. Now, I'm not sure what that is for you, but some things have crossed my mind for me. And that includes starting a business or possibly going back to school for another degree or just for a certification, writing a book, and that's just me. But if those are feeling too insurmountable, here are some smaller things that I've also considered. Redecorating my entire space, picking up a new hobby or sport or instrument like learning how to sew, or just basically challenging myself to do something different, like a cold plunge or throwing a dinner party for 12. So basically have a project to focus on will take your mind off your desperate desire to move overseas, or at least temporarily. Okay, my next suggestion is to explore the cities around you like a tourist. So one of the easiest ways to scratch that travel itch is by exploring cities right here in the US as if you were a tourist. Honestly, you'd be surprised at how many hidden gems there are right here. I mean, I get it. You're probably dreaming of sipping port wine in Porto, Portugal. I know I am. Or wandering through the markets in Marrakesh, but guess what? You can have those types of vibes right here. For example, just try visiting some places with international influences like Little Havana in Miami or Chinatown in San Francisco. Do you know what I mean? So you can practice or pretend that you're on vacation, take lots of photos, eat all the foods, and even if you can't travel at all right now, you can simply take a look in your own backyard, like attending some sort of cultural festivals or shop in ethnic markets. You can start learning the language of your future country. Hell, you can even intentionally date someone who is from your target country. So immersing yourself in an international life here in the States will make that overseas goal feel so much less far away. I know, it feels so far away. I know, but hopefully these suggestions will make your wait just a little bit easier. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video, or maybe abroad.